computer went dead.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, please join us for today's invocation and playing of the national anthem. Dear Lord, we thank you for this day. We thank you for every gift you give to us. Thank you for saving us and sending your son. We thank you for this talent to glorify you. We ask you to keep the players free from harm and that they perform to the best of their abilities. In Jesus' name, amen.
Okay. No, I'm good. Back inside the Noble Complex, Todd Miller, Scott Wattis, John Zonlo. Let's listen in to the national anthem. Our national anthem. Before we continue from Shawnee, let us step aside for stations to identify themselves. This is Oklahoma Baptist Bison basketball on the OBU Radio Network.
First for the visitors, Northwetern. Starting forward, 6-1 freshman,
We'll be back to Shawnee. Tip this one off next. It's Oklahoma Baptist Northwestern Game 1 on the Bison Radio Network. Time now to meet this afternoon's starting lineups. First of all, for Tasha Dieselhorst, she's in her 5th season at Alva, 52-78, has 238 career wins at the college school level after a very, very solid run at Pond Creek Hunter before ascending to the head coaching job at Northwestern. Jarrett Whitfield will start, a 6'1 freshman from Boise City. Scout Frame, a 5'10 senior from Kinsley, Kansas, will start. Scout Frame has put together back-to-back games of 20 or more. She had 25 against Southeastern, 24 against Southern Nazarene, and she has been in double figures 5 consecutive games, averaging 18+ during that time. Scout's younger sister, Josetta Frame, will start, a 5'9 freshman from Kinsley, Kansas. Lizzie Shepard is in the starting lineup at a guard today, a 5'9 freshman from Veneta, and Bailey Brown will complete their starting lineup, a 6' senior from Enid and a graduate from Chisholm High School. Whitfield, Scout, and Josetta Frame, Shepard, and Brown for Tasha Dieselhorst, and Northwestern 5-10, 3-10 in conference play, and 1-5 in true road games. OBU will start their usual 5 of Malou Savannah, a 5'10 sophomore from Copenhagen, Denmark. Jalen Stapleton, a 5'5 senior from Meade, Kansas. Carissa Price, a 5'10 senior from Midwest City, Carl Albert. Melissa Southern, a 5'11 sophomore from Elk City. And Andrea Petrorida, the 6' redshirt junior from Vilnius, Lithuania. She was held to single digits for just the second time in the last month, finishing just a bucket shy of yet another double-double last time out against Southwestern.
And Oklahoma Baptist, that is going to be one problem if Northwestern can shoot from outside, because Bo Overton, he starts out in that 2-3 zone early, kind of compacted, and that keeps teams cold early, and OBU has a good chance to get out to an early run.
Northwestern of the road, black, red, and white uniforms. Oklahoma Baptist to the home, gold and green with white trim. Bison will go from right to left. That is west to east inside what is a warm venue today here in Shawnee. A little bit of skepticism or doubt whether or not this game would actually be played on campus. Unfortunately, thanks to the efforts of the athletic department here at OBU, they are playing on their home floor. Northwestern left to right, Petrarita and Brown to tip it at midcourt, and we're off and running. Game one of the Twin Bill, and Northwestern sets the offense. Jarrah Whitfield is making just her second start of her collegiate career, cross-courts it to Frame. Down low to Scout Frame, right baseline it's Brown, and Brown looked like she took steps and got by with it. Bounces it across the floor to Whitfield. Whitfield to Brown, spins away from Petrarita, misses the bump. Brown tips the rebound. Andrea has it. Here come the Bison. Scoreless after one possession. Jalen Stapleton probes her way right circle. Now whips it right side for Stapleton. In the corner with it is Jalen. Jalen back out front, right side of Savannah. Down low to Petrarita. Shot clock at 12. Brown pokes it away. Bailey diving to the floor. Able to shovel it out to Josina Frame. Bison turn it over for the first time in one trip this afternoon. Whitfield with it, left wing. We played 45 seconds for the Noble Complex. No score, Northwestern and Oklahoma Baptist. Out high is Bailey Brown to Frame. She stays hot as she knocks down a three. Josina Frame knocks down the triple, and it's 3-0 in favor of Northwestern.
And that's not even Scout Frame that you're worried about. That's Josina. And just not enough closeout by the guards by OBU.
Josina with her 13th collegiate three-pointer. This in her rookie season. Malou Savannah for the answer. Back rims it from 22 right side. Long rebound. Karems to Shepard. Shepard pulls up underneath the foul line. Bricks the jump shot. And a pushing foul underneath has been called against Bailey Brown. That's the first foul of the contest against Northwestern. They lead with 1:20 gone here in the first period, 3-0.
On the initial defensive set for Oklahoma Baptist, Petrarita did a good job on Bailey Brown, pinning her on the baseline, even tipped the pass that was kicked out to the left corner. And then Brown, like we talked about in the pregame, she missed another bunny.
In to 3 meetings this year, Northwestern has made 26 three-point shots to 18 for the Bison. 3-0 here early against the zone employed by Tasha Dieselhorst. Savannah will trigger another one right side. This time Whitfield blocks it. Southern has the rebound. Shot clock at 5. They swing it left. Price for the equalizer. Back rims that 3. And down for the rebound is Jarrah Whitfield, who had a block and a rebound in that defensive series.
Good defense by the Rangers. Blocked out Melissa Southern, going for the offensive rebound.
Whitfield top of the circle to Bailey Brown. 8 minutes to play here with the first period. Brown will trigger a 3. Back rims it. Rebound poked out. Stapleton has it. Jalen's off to the races. 2-on-1. Bounces it to Price, who goes up and is hacked to the act, and CP will go to the line trying to get OBU on the board.
Jalen Stapleton recognizing had 2-on-1. Carissa Price on the left side, cuts just at the right time. Stapleton brings the defense to her, bounces it to Price.
Frame, Josina Frame gets the foul. It's her first. So CP, the senior from Midwest City, Carl Albert to the line. Back rims the first free throw. OBU is 78% among the conference best this year for the line. They average 18 trips and make just over 14 per ball game. Second one spins off as well, and Carissa Price is a good foul shooter at over 76%. Misses both. It's still 3-0 Northwestern. We played almost 2.5 minutes here from Shawnee. Josina Frame lobs it to Bailey Brown, high post right. Into the corner with it is Lizzie Shepard, side steps to the wing. Now whips it across the floor to Josina Frame. Frame down low, gets it to her sister Scout. Now to Shepard off the dribble, pulls up from 11 right side, would not go. Petrarita with authority, rips down the rebound away from Brown. To Stapleton, 1-on-2, around Frame, drew the contact, throws it up and in, off the window, and she'll get it and one. Boy, how about the soft touch by Jalen Stapleton, who may be playing against Northwestern for the final time in her career. Kissed it high off the window. It rattled around the cylinders, went around once, and then finally found the bottom of the basket.
And that's Stapleton just outrunning everybody on the court like she's been doing all season long. She's dribbling all the way the distance of the court, up the right side of the lane, and one.
Old-fashioned three-point play equalizes the game at 3, and Josina Frame, already with 2 fouls, checks out. As Kess Reeves, who started 2 of the prior 3 games with Oklahoma Baptist, comes off the bench. A 5'8 junior from Kingston. Reeves had a rebound in 4 minutes in the loss to Southern Nazarene at Oklahoma Christian on Thursday afternoon. Reeves averages 3 points and just under 3 rebounds a game. Bounce pass to Bailey Brown, right baseline. Attacks against Petrarita, ran over her, misses the bump. Scout Frame with a rebound, goes back up and in. Well, they're apparently going to let him play. 7 minutes to go here in the first period. It's now 5-3 Northwestern. Stapleton right side to Savannah. Malou with it to Jalen between the rings. Left side for Price. Back to Jalen. Swings it right corner against Savannah. Back to Jalen to Savannah. She'll trigger another three. That one is short, but keep shooting. She's going to make those. And Shepard weak side with the Northwestern miss.
Yeah, that was on target, just a hair short.
Scout frame with it right side. Slide steps down the paint. Price knocks it free, and it's picked up by Melissa Southern. Turnover for Northwestern, their first of the ball game. Stapleton is cut off right circle. Cross courts it for CP. Left wing with the right hand. Probes her way through the top of the circle. No fans allowed today because of no water and or low water pressure inside the OBU's Noble Center. And a turnover is Savannah trying to get that one down low to Southern. Had it intercepted by Brown. Up ahead, right side to Shepard. Lizzie with it to the foul line. Bailey, right elbow, knocks down the jump shot. She hit that so clean, Scott, it never even moved the net.
Yeah, Bailey Brown hits those shots there just inside the free throw line, but she's already blown 2 bunnies under the rim today.
4 straight since Jalen Stapleton on an old-fashioned 3 tied the game. Underneath with the basketball, Petra Ryan. They collapse on her, and Andrea is hammered and will go to the line after the miss for 2.
Good job by Petra Ryan getting open. Had Bailey Brown sealed on her hip. Price with a nice lob pass toward the goal. Petrarita went up with it.
Jarrah Whitfield commits her first. That's team foul number 4 against Northwestern. They lead by a count of 7-3 with 5:52 to go here in the first period. Khalifa Ford comes into the lineup for the first time, and also Kaylee Hurst from Woodward is in off of the bench for Bo Overton's club. Petra Rida has been a surprise this season and has been a good foul shooter, but Northwestern, or OBU, is now 0-3 as Petra Rida, 83.5% for the line. Back rims the first.
Yeah, up in Alva on February 4th, it was Kaylee Hurst had her best game of the season up there.
Second foul shot is up. That one is clean. So Petra Rida stops a 4-0 Northwestern run with 5:50 to go here in the first period. It is 7-4 Lady Rangers. Into the front court with it is Kess Reeves. In the corner now to Scout Frame. Lobs it across the floor to Shepard. Down low on the baseline, it's Bailey Brown who turns, misses the jump shot. Price and Hurst fight with the rebound, and CP has it. To midcourt, and she throws it away, trying to feed Jalen Stapleton, and she overthrew her by about 3 feet.
I think there's a little bit miscommunication there. I kind of like that long pass by Price. Stapleton was speeding and then slowed down, and then when Price led her, it was just too long.
Stat monitor currently is unoperational, so we're hoping to get that taken care of. 5:15 to go first period. Northwestern leads by 3 at a cold shooting first period for both teams. Left quarter, Shepard feeds it down low. Maya Johnson, who just checked in, goes up, missed it. Rebound fought for. Maya Johnson loses the handle, and CP has it for OBU. Price gallops into the front court, left side, veers back middle of the floor, loses it off of her leg, and nearly stepped on midcourt as she retrieves the basketball. Back to Hurst, to Price, top of the key, right side to Stapleton with 14 to shoot and 5 to play in the first period. Northwestern leading by 3 here on the road. Ford gets a deflected pass down low. They collapse on Khalifa. She lobs it out front. Extra pass, frees Hurst up for 3. Got it, left corner.
Boy, big hit. Again, Kaylee Hurst had those three-pointers in Alpha. Huge as the shot clock going down. Nice pass by Price.
Game of runs, 4 straight down by the Bison, and we're tied at 7. Out high is Bailey Brown. Pump fakes, drives around Hurst, and Kaylee is going to draw the block. Northwestern started out a 3-0 lead. OBU got a bucket and a foul shot from Stapleton. The Lady Rangers then scored 4 straight to take a 7-3 lead, but OBU has bounced back with back-to-back baskets. Time out on the floor, 4:34 to play. Opening period from Shawnee. We're deadlocked at 7. This is Oklahoma Baptist basketball with the Bison Radio Network.
Ever wonder where the capital A in Chick-fil-A came from? It started with grade A, top-quality chicken. But we believed everything, not just the food, should be grade A.
A is for above and beyond.
An extra level of care.
A game.
From caring for our guests in our community to cleanliness and safe service with a My Pleasure. A is for all the little things we do to bring you our best every day.
A little funky dance.
And that too.
Noble McIntyre of McIntyre Law. We have over 100 years of combined litigation experience fighting for Oklahomans injured as a result of a semi-crash. These crashes are traumatic and in most cases cause catastrophic injuries and even death. Our most recent trial involved a fatal semi-truck crash, resulting in a $4.25 million verdict for our client. If you have been injured and want to know more about your rights, call us. The consultation is free.
We love what we do and we're good at it. We are trial lawyers. Call McIntyre Law today.
Here's a stat to watch this afternoon. Carissa Price is off to an 0 for 2 shooting start from long range, but she appears to be out of her shooting slump from deep. Going 11 for her last 25, 44% over 4 games after starting the season, just 26%, 13 of 50. Shooters shoot, and eventually those shots find their way to the bottom.
Yeah, and Chris Price does a lot of other things on the floor. She outfought Maya Johnson for that rebound on the floor. Maya Johnson's very strong inside.
Brown to Shepard, bounce pass to Scout Frame, straight on, missed at top of the circle, rebound poke. Frame has it middle of the floor, paint, bricks that jump shot. Ford being outworked by Johnson on the floor. Myra able to roll it out left wing side for Bailey Brown. Both Khalifa and Maya Johnson were doing all they could to get the basketball, but Johnson a little bit more aggressive. Maya off balance, turns, goes up and draws the foul. Not a lot of contact with Andrea Petrarita, but nonetheless, that will be her first and the team's second.
All contact was initiated by the offensive player, Maya Johnson. She turned into Petrarita, both hands up, and jumped into her arms. Well, I don't know what she's supposed to do there.
Maya Johnson, not much of a factor for the first time in 3 meetings. The last time they played up at Alva, 6 points, 4 rebounds, and her minutes were limited to less than 10. She makes the first free throw. Johnson, a pretty good foul shooter. This to make it a 2-point Lady Ranger lead. On the way, and that one is no good. So Petrarita with the rebound to Stapleton, who will bring it into the front court. Jalen holds 2 fingers up in the air. She moves from right to left. On the wing with it is Kaylee Hurst. 2 dribbles, cross courts at Stapleton. To Price for 3. Swish! Got it left corner. There you go. Just what the doctor ordered. OBU leads by a point.
And a quick pass by Stapleton, because that window would have closed for Price to get that little open 3.
Shepard drives to Brown, who tried to kick it across the floor to Johnson. It was through her hands and out of bounds. It'll be a Northwestern turnover, and OBU has it leading by a count of 9-8 with 3:40 to play here in the opening period.
Yeah, Diesel Horse has been telling her girls to push the ball up the court, but they're not the best ball handling team. I mean, that's a bad pass there.
Northwestern averages 20-plus turnovers per ball game. Stapleton jump passes down low to Petrarita, who turns and scores. Is it me, or did you think Jalen wanted to shoot? They quickly covered her up, and so she had to adjust and dump it down low.
I just think it's the IQ. You feel the defense come to you, and when she's going to shoot, she just dumped it off.
Johnson, a good drop step pivot move around Petrarita, lays it in. That ball hung on the rim before finally finding the bottom.
Yeah, Petrarita left her feet. That's how Johnson got to the goal.
That ends a 4-0 OBU run. Bison lead down to a point with 3 minutes to play opening period. Hurst to Stapleton against the Northwestern 2-3 zone. Gets a rub, pulls up foul line right. Swish, she got the jumper. Jalen Stapleton now with 5 to lead all scores.
Outstanding. And Stapleton just dribbles in just outside the right elbow up the right side of the lane on the outside. A little 7-footer.
14-10 OBU. Right quarter, Scout Frame has all day to look at a 3, and she knocks that one down clean. That's 5 now for Scout Frame, and already 2 made 3-point baskets by the Lady Rangers. Hurst, a Euro strip, gets to the block, and is going to be hacked. A good move by Kaylee. Now let's see if she can finish at the stripe.
Yeah, Kaylee Hurst on the right wing catches the ball, puts it on the floor between 2 Rangers, kept the ball away from them by lifting it up above her head and then bringing it down for the scoop and get hit on the arm.
Maya Johnson commits the foul. It's her first. Jarrah Whitfield comes back into the ball game, and Scott Frame will go to the bench. Josetta Frame already in foul trouble and on the bench with 2 fouls early. First free throw by the NOC Enid transfer is up and good. That's Kaylee Hurst. And Hurst all of a sudden has 4 during this run, but has seen Oklahoma Baptist build their biggest lead of the contest to 5. Second one is up. That one is good. Kaylee already with 6. She averages 3.4 per ball game. Some pressure with the backcourt by the Bison. Northwestern beats it into the front court. Lizzie Shepard moves left and then telegraphs a pass that's intercepted by Ford. Khalifa one-on-one with Shepard and a blocking foul. And that's going to send Khalifa Ford, the sophomore from Bono, Arkansas, to the free throw line for 2.
I love the call by Coach Bo Overton. The Rangers tried to push it up in transition the previous time up the court, threw it out of bounds, and then after the made bucket, a 3-quarter court, full court pressure. Ford comes up, anticipates the pass for the steal.
Avery's in, replaces Jalen Stapleton, who gets a well-deserved rest over on the bench. Stapleton distributing and scoring, already has 5 points. Here comes Madison Chambers to replace Carissa Price. First half of action of the Bison Network brought to you by Sin Relief, helping you make a difference in your community and the world around, because when help and hope combine, lives are changed. Khalifa Ford's first foul shot is up, and it's good. and she has her first point. This is only the second time she's played against Northwestern this year and the third in her career. She's had 2 double-figure scoring games against the Lady Rangers in its many tries in her young Bison Hill career. 13 points in 15 and a half minutes and 4 rebounds up at Alva in the 10-point Oklahoma Baptist win. Petra Ryda checks out now as Southern comes in following the made free throw by Ford.
Three-quarter court, full pressure by the Bison again.
Haven't seen a lot of that this year from OBU. They lead it by a count of 18-13 with just over 2 minutes to play here in the first period. Shepard with it, right corner, gets a return pass on the wing, guarded by Khalifa Ford. OBU in that 2-3 zone as well. Back out high, it's Shepard to Johnson. They collapse. She kicks it out right side. In the corner with it is Kinsey Dixon, who just checked in. They whip it around the corner. Brown will trigger a 3 left side with 2 to shoot. Won't go. Ford yanks the rebound away, then put on the floor from Maya Johnson. And either Dixon or Johnson's going to be called for a reach. And if it's against Maya, that's going to be her second personal foul. It is on Maya Johnson. So 2 key players for Tasha Dieselhorse Club in foul trouble. 2 fouls early, and it's the 5th against the Lady Rangers. So Ford, the beneficiary of that hack, goes to the line for 2.
And Todd, that is a huge foul. And the reason why, because every time Maya Johnson's on either block, the 3-point shooter's open in the corner because there's a double trying to collapse on her down low.
Khalifa Ford, as part of that 13.4 rebound game up at Alba, was 4 of 4 for the foul line. She misses that free shot. OBU is really squandering Wandog some opportunities to get some big-time separation at the foul line.
And we've seen it all season long as well. And that ball was in and out by Ford, the second one. But they had that chance. They're very fortunate to be up 5 here.
11 free throws attempted. OBU's only made 6 of those. 18-13 Bison, 1:39 to play here in the first period. Kiana Walker in for the first time off the bench. She had some big threes late in the first half here the last time they played. As they get it down low to Whitfield, a foul is called against Avery Zinn, who undercut her.
Yeah, that was definitely a foul, a little defensive back hit in the back, but I kind of like that, seeing a little aggressiveness by Avery Zinn.
Lizzie Shepard triggers it inbounds. Kinsey Dixon left side. Guarded by Avery Zinn, top of the circle, Gerald Whitfield holds it above her head. Now to Dixon, left corner, dribbles up left circle, bounces it for Walker, back of the wing. Dixon has all day to look at a 3. It's short. Zinn with a rebound, pushes ahead, lobs it up left side. Madison Chambers, OBU by 5 in the basketball. Maddie bounces it to Zinn, right side to Hurst. Hurst with that pushed out 2-3 zone, bounces it back to Avery, the true freshman out of Anadarko. Zinn curls, now lobs it down low. Ford is pushed as she goes up, missed the jump shot. Southern had her hands on the rebound, and it's tied up by Bailey Brown, and OBU will keep it on the rotated arrow. In my opinion, Khalifa Ford should have been at the line for 2.
Well, Melissa Southern's going to get there in the bonus situation anyway.
All's well that ends well, right?
Yeah.
Mo averaging 3.5 points, 3.8 rebounds this season while shooting 45% for the floor. She's not been to the line much this year. This will be her 9th and 10th free throw attempted, and she's 6 of 8. First foul shot is up, and that one is good. So Southern is in the score column, and OBU expands the lead now to 19-13.
I tell you, you see a lot of different intensity in Northwestern. I think they took Oklahoma Baptist for granted up in Alva, but they're not here, and OBU is beating them here up 20-13.
Price hits the second. Scott told you it's a 7-point OBU lead, the biggest for either side here in the first half. Under a minute to go before the period. Right side is Lizzie Shepard. Down low it goes for Scout Frame. Frame works in the low post, gets it to Dixon. Back out front. Shepard to Dixon, bounces it for Scout Frame, and a foul on the floor against Khalifa Ford. That's her first. That should be team foul number 5 if my totals are correct against Oklahoma Baptist. So it would be 2 shots for Northwestern. They're saying, though, it's just 4, so as usual, I'm not correct.
It's on Melissa Southern, too.
Lizzie Shepard to inbound, triggers it to Dixon, steps inside the 3-point arc. Good defense by Kaylee Hurst, forced her to give it up high. Now they reverse it. Scout Frame turns for the left elbow. The strike misses the jumper. Rebound to Ford. OBU by 7 with the basketball. Khalifa brings it down the floor. Picks a dribble up at the left circle. Now whips it across the floor for Kaylee Hurst. Out front to Zinn. Left side of Chambers. A lot of reserves out there. In fact, Southern, who just laid it in, is the only starter out there for Bo Overton's club.
Good job. Madison Chambers went baseline, drew the defense to her, bounced past wide open Southern.
22-13. Dixon's 3 right wing won't go. Rebound volleyed underneath, out of bounds. Last touch by OBU. As Jarrah Whitfield was the only Lady Ranger down there in the paint trying to retrieve the basketball.
And Jarrah Whitfield was unblocked out by the Bison.
22-13 OBU with 3.5 seconds to go in the first period. Here comes Haley Weber, the true freshman from Stillwater, in to replace Southern, who personally has scored the last 4 on the board for the Bison. Shepard will trigger it inbounds, gets it to Scout Frame. 2 seconds, 1 second, pulls up elbow right and misses the jump shot. And at the end of one, Oklahoma Baptist will lead by 9 inside the Noble. 22-13 the first half, brought to you by Sin Relief on the Bison Radio Network.
Your shoes. More work right beside you. But we can be here for you. In money. In life. We get it. We're on this path together. You and TFCU. Tinker Federal Credit Union.
Bison fans, if you're looking for the perfect gift for that OBU student, alumni, or fan in your life, shop OBUBison.com, the official online store of Oklahoma Baptist University Athletics, for the best selection of officially licensed gifts, apparel, and more, with proceeds benefiting OBU. Bison closed out the first period on an 8-0 run over the final 2:43. OBU shooting 54.5%. Northwestern a cold, a frigid 26%.
That's good for Oklahoma Baptist, because that when they shot hot, Northwestern up in Alva against Southeastern, that made it tough to beat.
Ford battling with Johnson down low, and Maya Johnson has just picked up her 3rd personal foul.
Diesel Horse doesn't like that call.
Yeah, she's giving it to the official across the way, and honestly, I didn't think the foul should have been called. I thought there were 2 players down there just jockeying for position. They'll lob it to Petra right on the high post. She bangs her way in off balance, throws it up and in off the glass. Holy Toledo! Andrea Petra right with her 2nd basket.
What Bo Overton talks about her all the time, she has to finish those shots. That time, even though she's getting hit, she holds onto the ball strong and off the window.
24-13, Oklahoma Baptist, 10 straight. Scott Frame goes against Petra Ryan and rolls one in for the middle of the paint on a turnaround jump shot. Scott Frame with 7. Again, she comes in having scored 20 or more in the last 2 ball games. Zen is trapped in the backcourt, needs some help. Unfortunately, it occurred right in front of the Bison bench, so Bo Overton able to get a timeout called. We'll keep it right here. 9:15 to play in the first period, or first half. It is now 24-15, and Northwestern's drought of nearly 3 minutes is no more.
Good call by Tasha Dieselhorst with that full court pressure, recognizing that Jalen Stapleton is not in the ball game, where Oklahoma Baptist has much harder time handling the ball.
The First National Bank and Trust Company prides itself on building relationships with neighbors and customers that last a lifetime. Visit their Shawnee location or check them out online at fnbokla.bank for more details. Bison basketball brought to you by SSM Health, St. Anthony Hospital, Shawnee. They have a game plan. It's simple to keep you healthy. Visit ssmhealth.com. And by P&K Equipment. Stop by P&K Equipment's 18 Oklahoma and Arkansas locations and see why around these parts John Deere starts with P&K. 24-15. The lead has been as many as 11. It's down to 9. And officially, it was a 10-2 run, and is a 10-2 run over the last 3:29 for Oklahoma Baptist. Northwestern shooting just 6 of 20 here in the first half, 2 of 7 from 3. OBU blistering 7 of 12 for 58%, including 2 of 6. Wandog, we all remember the last time the good gals were on this floor. They shot a season-high 51% and knocked it off East Central by 10.
Well, that is huge. If you can clip 50%. Of course, that's what Southeastern did to OBU, and they came in here and blew the Bison away. But, you know, how about Dieselhorst over there? She's coaching her best game. Trying to think, took Maya Johnson out of the game, and then got a quick foul.
Zinn dribbles through a double team. It's stolen and laid in by Josetta Frame. You can bet that Jalen Stapleton is going to be back in here in just a second. Zinn lobs it to Ford at midcourt. Khalifa dribbles between two defenders, now picks it up on the center circle logo. Whips it left side. Kaylee Hurst, this pressure really has got OBU a little out of sync. Foul line right with it is Ford. Backs down, spins, is doubled, leaves it out front. Zinn's three on the way. Good! Avery Zinn with a huge three after Northwestern had cut it to 7.
That's a big makeup for Avery Zinn. She let Northwestern steal the ball from her and forced OBU to take a timeout earlier.
8.5 to play first half, and Bailey Brown throws it away, looking for a little high-low action with Scout Frame down low. For Northwestern, that will be turnover number 4. OBU's turned it over 4 times already.
See, usually Maya Johnson will be in that position, and she has a good seal on against the defense, and she goes and gets that ball. So Scout Frame, more of a guard, harder to catch that.
OBU started 0 for 3 from long distance. They made 3 of their last 4, and Hurst, who was about to be trapped, is going to be fouled into the front court by Anna Matoika. And Matoika was the hero, if you will, in keeping Northwestern afloat when OBU looked like they would completely blow the doors off the Lady Rangers at Alva.
Yeah, Matoya hit 3 straight three-pointers to keep Northwestern in the game.
Bounce pass, Hurst, right baseline. Ford whips around 2 defenders, left-handed, throws it up and it off the glass.
What a great move by Khalifa Ford. Outside the right block, dribbles, as you said, left-handed, with just one hand off the glass around the defense.
4 straight, OBU has their biggest lead. A little high-low action this time. Brown down low to Scout Frame, who's hammered to the right block, and Scout's going to go to the line for 2. Second team foul of the period against the Bison, the first of the afternoon against Maddie Chambers.
Yeah, I thought Madison Chambers had her hands straight up vertical, but a lot of the fouls on Northwestern are same way, kind of soft calls a lot today.
Scout Frame at the line for the first time, hits the free throw. She'll get one more. That's her 8th point, averaging 11.5 during this recent hot streak, in which she's averaged 18.4 points per ball game over the last 5. That includes that game against OBU up at Alva in early February. Second free throw is good, and Zinn will check out. Also going to the bench is Chambers and Hurst. Stapleton comes in. Savannah's back in along with Carissa Price. 2-2-1, three-quarter court trap. Khalifa Ford dribbles near midcourt, lobs it up ahead from Alou Savannah. Runs it down to the baseline, back to Jalen. Stapleton with the right hand, veers back middle of the floor. Cross courts it in front of the Northwestern bench to Price. To Stapleton, they reverse it down low. Ford back it in, turning and scoring again off the glass. 4 straight for Khalifa, and the lead back to 12.
How about Khalifa's footwork, going there with the left hand, and that time on the left block, fake down to the baseline, then back inside.
Josena to Scout Frame. They triple team her on the block as she pivots, gets it right side to Josena, and 3 seconds in the paint called against Scout Frame. Turnover number 5 for Northwestern. Points off turnovers, 7-6 in favor of the Lady Rangers. OBU leads it, though, 31-19 with 7:15 to play in the first half.
I guess Scout Frame couldn't get up in time. She got knocked to the floor, and they called 3 seconds on her.
Price to Stapleton, left wing. They lob it to Petra Wright. It's underthrown, intercepted by Bailey Brown. Brown brings it to the front court, now angles left, and will leave it into the hands of Lizzie Shepard. OBU by 12. We played 13 minutes of the ball game. High post, Bailey Brown goes right, scoops it up, and is pushed. And Brown's going to get 2 more at the free throw line.
Yeah, Malou Savannah reached in when Bailey Brown went off the dribble, which she didn't have to because Petrarita had good defense in between the goal and Bailey Brown.
Bailey Brown at the foul line, 44 of 57, a 77% free throw shooter. Northwestern not particularly a great foul shooting team at just under 68%. Brown swishes down the first. By the time Bailey Brown is finished, and she's already said she's coming back next year, she is going to own about every offensive rebound in school or offensive record in school history.
Coming back next year, it seems like this is her 10th year.
Yeah, it does. Second free throw is good, especially for me, who's known Bailey and her family for seemingly ever. Khalifa Ford across midcourt, lobs it across to Savannah left wing. Back to Jalen out front with 6:50 to play in the first half. Lead is 10 for Oklahoma Baptist. Price wants it, gets it, fires a 3, bang! Got it right side. Carissa Price with her second 3. OBU's made 4 from beyond the arc. They lead it again by 13. Ford at the other end knocks the ball out of bounds, and it's going to go to OBU as she knocked it off of Matoika.
Great job by Khalifa Ford. Hard pressure on Matoika. Hits that ball, goes off her leg, out of bounds baseline.
Anna was teammates with OBU's Kayla Heifel at Burlington High School, and they had some really good teams during their run at Burlington, a tiny community in northern Alfalfa County, about 20 minutes from Alva East. Between the circles is Stapleton, left side for Savannah, down low to Petra Wright. It's off of her, out of bounds. Bailey Brown has forced turnovers now defensively for Northwestern each of the last 2 OBU possessions.
Yeah, and Bailey Brown had the interception the last time. That both times Petra Wright was guarded. Stapleton made a bad pass, and there was Savannah.
Timeout on the floor, 6:12 to play here in the first half. It's a 30-second timeout. Oklahoma Baptist leading Northwestern 34-21. Monday night, Southern Nazarene comes in. A week from this past Thursday, it's the final regular season road game of the year at East Central, and then a week from today, SWASU in town to close out the regular season. You know, when they announced the schedule, One Dog, I thought, holy cow, 4 games against 5 teams? This is going to seem like the longest year ever, and as is usually the case, it's just zipped by.
It does. Time does go by quick, and when you're watching, you know, top-notch basketball Division II, it just makes it a lot of fun to watch, and it goes by even quicker that way.
Kudos to the Great American Conference, by the way. They have revamped the postseason, and now there will be crossover games. For instance, if OBU's men were to be the top seed, they would get the winner of the 4-5 East Division matchup, and right now that would be either Arkansas Tech or Harding. So it's going to feel a lot more like a real conference tournament, the only exception games on home floors.
I agree. I think that's a great adjustment. Because that would be unfair to the Bison if the men win here for Oklahoma Baptist and they have to play a 4 seed here on the west side that you already played 4 times.
Josetta frame into the front court to Bailey Brown. OBU by 13, their biggest lead. Matoika spins on the baseline, bounces it back left quarter. Now to Shepard, lobs it out high. Scout Frame whips it right to her sister Josetta. She drives in the pass, intercepted by Jalen Stapleton. Stapleton crosses over, brings it to the front court, gets a rub from Savannah. Now Savannah pops out right circle. Malou with it to Jalen, left side to Price, who suddenly is hot for the floor. 2 of 3 and has made 2 straight. Right side with it is Stapleton. In the quarter, Malou Savannah with 12 to shoot. Back to Jalen on the B of the Bison logo center circle. Stapleton gets a screen, moves right of Petra Wright, cross courts it for Price. Price lobs it down low, 2 to shoot. It's gathered by Petra Wright, who turns, missed it, rebound. Lost by Southern, who had her hands on it. Northwestern comes up with it.
That's a shame. Southern, if she just grabs that ball, she has an uncontested layup.
5 minutes to play before halftime. 34-21 Oklahoma Baptist, and a foul underneath against Andrea Petrarida. That's her second. That's also the third against Oklahoma Baptist. So Northwestern inching closer to the double bonus here with just over 5 minutes to play before the break.
You know, that's really Oklahoma Baptist's only true big player that's been shooting really well is Petrarida.
Josetta frame to Scout frame inside the arc out front. Diagonally cross courts at Matoika for 3. Can't make that one. Rebound tipped, and it's saved in bounds by Scout frame, but she did so to Carissa Price. Anna Matoika, 11 points against OBU, was 4 of 8, shooting 3 of 5 from 3. She now is 0 for her last 6 since that game, and 0 for 3 from 3. Stapleton's 3 won't go. Put back by Petra Wright to the other end, a little short. Northwestern's Bailey Brown has another rebound. Lead remains 13 with under 4.5 to play in the first half.
Here's a big stop right here. If OBU just keeps it to that 13-point lead, maybe Northwestern hangs their head a little bit.
Scout Frame gets a pass down low from Brown and lays it in. Scout Frame now in double figures with 11.
That's how Scout Frame's been scoring all the time. She can hit the outside shot. When Maya Johnson's outside, she plays the post play.
Scout Frame 4 of 8 shooting in the first half. Lead is down to 11. Savannah top of the circle, left side to Stapleton. Malou just looks like she's an unwilling partner right now to shoot the ball.
She is not ready to shoot whatsoever, and she doesn't have a quick release as it is, so she's got to be ready when that pass comes because she's passed up at least 3 wide open three-pointers.
Scout Frame goes over the top and nearly knocked the entry pass off of Andrea out of bounds. It'll stay with OBU, but just 5 to shoot. Petra Wright comes out of the ball game, and Khalifa Ford comes back in. CP pats the inbounds pass, gets it to Jalen Stapleton, pulls up, leans for the left elbow, airball the jump shot. They'll play on, as that could have been a shot clock violation if they so choose to call it that. 11-point game, Northwestern with the basketball. 3:44 to play in the first half. Josetta Frames 3, right quarter, no good. Scout Frame took the rebound away from her sister, but that's happened on the driveway. Left side, Lizzie Shepard for three, got it.
Yeah. That gives them some life. You know, Oklahoma Baptist was up 13. Now they're only up 8.
This Northwestern team, like so many in the conference, not good enough to beat you in the initial shot, but they're certainly good enough to beat you on second and third opportunities, and they do it as well or better than anybody.
You know, Todd, that was a great point that you brought up. It just seems like Savannah's not ready to shoot. Earlier in the game, she had a wide-open three from left and wasn't ready. Defense closed out, but they gave it to Price. Price made it, and you know that Carissa Price is not shy to pull the trigger.
Shepard called for that last foul. It's her second. And on the inbounds pass, Khalifa Ford is bumped and fouled. That is the third now on Lizzie. Savannah checks out of the ball game. Kaylee Hurst comes in. OBU will inbound with a refreshed shot clock with 20 ticks to go. Hurst with it to Stapleton out front. Khalifa Ford with it, top of the circle, 15 to shoot. Price against the zone. They're very active. Hands up, moving feet. OBU's hit a drought. Southern left block goes up, missed it off the window. Ford with a rebound. Back up, it spins off, and a whistle and a foul. I think it's going to stay with OBU. I think Bailey Brown may have been called for a push. They're going to call it on Scout Frame instead. That's her first. And that's the fifth against the Lady Rangers. So Khalifa Ford, who was busting her tail to get the initial miss, will be rewarded with a couple of free throws.
I didn't see that, but, you know, Melissa Southern missed a wide-open good shot, and then, of course, as you mentioned, Ford comes across the lane with the left hand, pulls it into her body, and goes up for the follow.
OBU trying to end a scoreless drought of the last 3:29, and they do as Ford hits the free throw. Khalifa Ford off the bench already with 7 points. She's made 3 of 5 from the free throw line. OBU has cooled off, but still shooting 52% here in the first half. They are 5 of 10 from the floor here in the second period. Second free throw comes off short. And the rebound to Northwestern. OBU's lead is 35-26. With under 3 to play in the first half. And the lob pass knocked away from Scout Frame out of bounds by Kaylee Hurst.
Yeah, Kaylee Hurst with that big three-pointer from the left wing. As I mentioned earlier, she hit those threes in the win at Northwestern. That really helped OBU get to this lead.
Cass Reeves to inbound baseline right. Lobbed it out front to Josetta Frame. She probes her way, now backs it out, bounces it to Brown, whips it right corner. 3 on the way, no good from Reeves, and OBU has the rebound. Bicester plus 3 overall and rebounding here with the first half. Hurst with it, left wing, takes a dribble, shoots it out front to Carissa Price. Now they've got Stapleton playing off the ball, wing right. Jalen resets with a sidestep dribble middle of the floor. 14 to shoot, 2:28 to play first half. Bison lead it by 9. They've led by as many as 13. Price in traffic, bounces it out to Stapleton, who throws it away, looking for a cutting forward. Intercepted by Scout Frame. OBU turns it over for the 7th time. Quarter 3 by Walker, no good. And the rebound to Carissa Price. Both teams are struggling. Northwestern has missed their last 7 from the floor from long distance. Ford knocked to the floor at the other end, came up short on a runner. Lady Rangers with a rebound. They're out and running. Josetta Frame cross courts it. Kiana Walker lobs it down low at Scout Frame from behind it and poked away by Khalifa Ford. Lady Rangers turn it over for the 8th time.
Got a lot of good defensive touches by the Bison there. Khalifa Ford, Carissa Price has done it, and of course Khalifa Ford had that interception.
35-26. Stapleton has all day to look at a 3. Bang! She got it. Jalen has really started to shoot the ball well from 3 lately. She's now 9 of 21, but again, a lot of those misses came very early in the first month of the season. She picks and chooses when she triggers it.
Oh, yeah, and she set, like you said, had a lot of time, squared her feet up from the right wing.
Bailey Brown had a pass knocked away from her in the low post by Melissa Southern. Northwestern with back-to-back turnovers. Lady Rangers have gone scoreless now for the last 2:10 here of the second period. The lead is back to 12. OBU 38, Northwestern 26. A minute to play here in the first half. Southern pivots, cross courts it right side. Ford slides, leans, missed the jump shot, and Southern going after the rebound came down on the baseline.
Southern had another chance at a putback there. She just didn't grab that ball and it fell out of bounds.
Kenzie Dixon will check into the ballgame for our Northwestern listeners. And I'll tell you, your listening to the golden throat of Scott Wanish, who actually was enrolled at Northwestern for a semester in 1987.
Wow, that's a long time ago.
It was a long time ago. Left corner, Kiana Walker. Down low for Bailey Brown. They collapse. She puts it on the floor. It's poked away from her. Carissa Price comes up with a steal. Price into the front court, left side. 34 seconds to play opening half. 38-26 Bison. Lob pass over the top. Petraraya gathers, dribbles, scores on a turnaround jump shot from 4 feet straight on. 20 seconds to play in the half. The lead goes to 40-26.
Great job by Price punching that ball out, then getting it to Petraraya.
Scout Frame turns and misses the 12-footer right angle. Ball tipped around. Petraraya flat-footed has it. 5 seconds now to play in the first half as Stapleton brings it across midcourt. Jalen pulls up elbow right, leans, airball the jump shot, and to go out of bounds with just over 2 seconds to play here in the first half.
Well, Oklahoma Baptist up 40-26, their biggest lead of the game, and they're not even playing their best ball.
Kess Reeves will fire from just inside half court. It was on line and nearly went in, hit the back of the rim and bowed away. And that's the way the first 20 minutes ends, with Oklahoma Baptist leading by 14, 40-26. 40-26, OBU at the break. The first half has been brought to you by Send Relief. We owe you another break in the first half, and we'll take it now on the Bison Radio Network.
Trade in for more and buy it for less. At Hudeberg Chevy in Midwest City, it's that simple. Get more money for your trade and buy new Chevys for less. And you'll get payments that fit any budget. HudebergGM.com.
You can count on Hudeberg, we'll give you more.
Trade it in for more, buy it for less. It's that easy. At Hudeberg Buick GMC in Midwest City, it's that simple. Get more money for your trade and buy new Buicks and GMCs for less. HudebergGM.com.
You can count on Hudeberg, we'll give you more.
Possible to cook up the barbecue bacon burger at home? Well, that depends. Does your home have fresh chopped onions, pickles, smoked cheddar, Monterey Jack, bacon, tangy barbecue sauce, and orange and white stripes with the word Whataburger emblazoned on the front of it? If so, then absolutely.
Good thing there's the limited time barbecue bacon burger at Whataburger.
Hello everyone, welcome to today's halftime competition. I've got Zach and Trey with me. They are going to compete in the Whataburger free throw contest. Y'all know how this works. They're both going to go to the free throw line. They've got 30 seconds to make as many free throws as they can, and the winner is going home with a Whataburger prize pack. You guys ready? Awesome, y'all head to the free throw lines. All right guys, on my mark, you can start. Ready, set, go. Let's see what they got. Zach's got 1. Zach's got 2. Trey's struggling. Zach's got 3. There goes Trey, he's in. Zach's caught fire. Oh! 10 seconds. Zach's got 5. Zach's, he's rolling now. All right, Zach, how many did you have? 7. Yes, I think you have 7. Trey, 2. All right, guys. Well, y'all come back in here. It looks like we know who our winner was. Zach caught fire there. He got 7. Trey got 2. Zach's going home with the Whataburger prize pack. Trey, don't worry. We'll send you home with an OBU prize pack. Thank y'all for watching.
Let me tell you a story. A story about a woman who walks miles to carry undrinkable water to her family. Let me tell you about the water. Water everywhere, but not a drop to drink after a hurricane. I'll tell you about people, millions of people, who find themselves in a strange land far, far away. And I'll tell you a story about a farmer whose family and finances are being starved by drought. And how, on the other side of the world, there is a family starving for nutrients in a food desert. I'll tell you the tale of a trafficked teenager waiting to be assaulted again tonight, and again, and again. And how once upon a time, there was a child who would go to sleep without a bedtime story because that child didn't have someone to read them a bedtime story. It wasn't just once upon a time. It was hundreds of thousands and even millions upon a time. But that's not where the story has to end. Together, as Southern Baptists, we can rewrite the story. Together, we can become an unstoppable force of hope. Together, we can respond. Together, we can meet needs across the globe. Together, we can change lives in our own communities. Together, we are Send Relief.
Baptist University 40, Northwestern 26 in the women's game. Northwestern individually, Jarrah Whitfield has not scored. She has 1 rebound. Scout Frame playing inside and out. She is the leading scorer for the Rangers with 11 points, 4 of 9 from the field, 1 for 2 beyond the arc, 2 for 2 from the charity stripe. Bailey Brown, one of the most consistent Rangers over the past few years. She's just 1 of 6 from the floor, 0 for 2 from downtown, 2 for 2 from the line. She has 4 points, 5 rebounds. Josina Frame, 2 for 3 from the field, 1 for 2 from beyond the arc, 5 points. Lizzie Shepard, 1 of 3 from the floor, 1 of 1 from downtown. She has 2 rebounds, 3 points. Maya Johnson, who's plagued with 3 fouls early, right at the start of the second quarter, has a lot of bench time, only played 4 minutes and 13 seconds. Of course, it was Johnson who had 20 rebounds here in the Noble Complex in that last meeting versus Northwestern. She's 1 for 2 from the field, 1 for 2 from the line, 3 points. That rounds out the 26 points for the Rangers. For Oklahoma Baptist, Melissa Southard, 1 of 3 from the floor, 2 for 2 from the line, 4 points, 3 rebounds. Andrea Petrarida, 3 of 4 from the floor, 1 of 2 from the line. She has 7 points, 5 rebounds. Jalen Stapleton, 3 for 5 from the field, 1 for 1 from downtown, 1 for 1 from the free throw line, 8 points. Carissa Price, 2 for 3 from the field. Those were all 3-pointers. One nice shot from the right wing after Malou Savannah passed up a 3. They passed it around the horn to Price, who was not shy to take that 3. She has 6 points, 4 rebounds, and Chris Price also playing good defense, poking out some steals. She has 3 steals and 1 assist. Khalifa Ford, 2 of 5 from the floor, 3 of 6 from the line, 7 points. She has 3 rebounds. Kaylee Hurst 1 for 1 from the field. That was a big 3 from the left wing, 2 for 2 from the line, has 5 points. And then Avery Zinn hit a big 3-pointer for OBU when Northwestern cut the margin down to 8 points after Oklahoma Baptist led by as many as 13. And she hit that 3, 1 for 1 and from the field, 3 points, rounds it out for the 40 points that Oklahoma Baptist has. The Hudaburg Halftime Show is brought to you by the Hudaburg Auto Group. Visit Hudaburg.com to browse their selection of over 1,000 new and used vehicles. This is Bison Basketball on the OBU Radio. Of Oklahoma Baptist University, OBU 40, Northwestern 26 at halftime of the opener. For Northwestern, field goal shooting in the first period was just 5 of 19, 26.3%. They were 2 of 7 from beyond the arc for 28.6% and were 1 of 2 from the free throw line. In the second period, the Rangers shot 4 for 9 from the floor, 44%. 1 of 5 from downtown, a perfect 4 for 4 from the charity stripe. For the game, the Rangers 9 of 28 from the field, 32%, 3 of 12 from downtown, just 25%, and 5 of 6 from the line, 83%. For Oklahoma Baptist, 6 of 11 in the opening quarter. They were 54.5%, 2 of 6 from downtown, 8 of 13 from the line in the opening stands. In the second quarter, the Bison 7 of 15 from the floor, 46.7%, 3 for 4 from beyond the arc at 75%, 1 of 2 from the line. For the game, OBU is shooting 50%. They shot 51% when they beat East Central here on this floor a week and a half ago. And they're 13 for 26. 5 of 10 from downtown, 50% again, and 9 of 15 from the free throw line. And we stand now, OBU's up 40 to 26. Today's halftime show is brought to you by the Hudaburg Auto Group. Visit Hudaburg.com to browse their selection of over 1,000 new and used vehicles. Assists in the game, Northwestern 6, Oklahoma Baptist 10. Oklahoma Baptist has 7 turnovers. Northwestern has 10. Steals 7-5, OBU's favor. And, of course, a lot of defensive touches there. And then Maya Johnson, the big post for Northwestern, is out with 3 fouls. Stand here at halftime, 40 to 26, OBU over Northwestern. This is Bison Basketball on the OBU Radio Network.
Before we continue, let's stop for station identification. This is Bison Basketball on the OBU Radio Network. You've been listening to the Hudiburg Auto Group halftime show. Stay tuned. The second half of Game 1, Northwestern Oklahoma State and OBU is coming up next on the Bison Radio Network. Underway in the second half, Northwestern basketball. OBU closed both periods with scoring runs of more than 2.5 minutes in duration. They ended the first half on a scoring run of the last 3:33. Bailey Brown goes to work in the low post and then draws the foul, and Brown's going to go to the line for two with 9:48 to play here in the third period. Andrea Petrarita has picked up her third. No other Bison with more than one foul in the ball game. And again, just underway here in the second half. Brown's first foul shot is up and good. Bailey Brown has 3 of her 5 today from the free throw line. Northwestern, with that make from the stripe, is now 6 of 7. Second foul shot is up, and that one is good. So first 2 points of the second half belong to the Lady Rangers. And back into the ball game for Oklahoma Baptist. Come actually in for the first time is Jenny Beebe. Full court pressure. Stapleton lobs it to Savannah left wing side. Back out front to Jalen. Lead is down to 12 for OBU. Beebe's trapped on the right baseline. The Kingfisher freshman needs some help. Trying to save it and does off Bailey Brown's leg. 14 remaining on the 30-second shot clock. 9:32 to play, second half from the Noble Complex. OBU leads at 40-28. Savannah gets it triggered inbounds left wing side. Bison shooting in front of their own bench, going left to right. Price steps through a double team, cross courts it for Savannah. The ball bounces through her legs out of bounds. Is it me or does Malou Savannah just not look like she's ready to play today?
No, I have to agree with her, and she's coming out of the game right now. Coach Overton had enough. That ball went right through the wickets. Perfect pass cross court. Would have been another chance for a three-pointer from the left wing.
Kaylee Hurst comes into the ball game. Northwestern a chance to get it to single digits. Brown backing down against Beebe. Scoops it up. It rolls around. Hangs in the back of the rim and drops down. And Bailey, who scored the first 5, will get a chance at an and one to make it a 9-point game.
And that was a wild shot by Bailey Brown. That's where ill-advised foul by Jenny Beebe when Brown is reaching way low like that in that little scoop shot.
Brown's free throw is up and it's good. So she's made 5 of 5 from the foul line. All of a sudden, Northwestern has come out with a right cross, and OBU's yet to respond. Lead is down to 40-31. It was 14 at halftime. Right wing, Price. Down low to Beebe. Right-handed layup, good. She actually laid it up for the right hand with the right side with the left hand.
Yeah, well, she's left-handed, but great lead pass by Carissa Price, holding the ball over her head right wing. Beebe with a nice cut down the right side of the lane.
Josetta Frame cross courts at top of the circle. Gerald Whitfield. One dribble bounces it to Bailey Brown. She attacks against Beebe, who forced into a tough shot. Bailey, though, tips the rebound out to Josita Frame. Lizzie Shepard with it left wing, 15 to shoot. The entry pass knocked away from Brown, out of bounds.
How about the defense by Jenny Beebe? I think she blocked that initial attempt by Brown inside the left block, then came up on the left side from the left side of the lane from behind to tip that pass away.
Lizzie Shepard will inbound with 14 of the shot clock for Northwestern. Cross courts at Whitfield all day to look at a three, and she knocked it down for the right quarter. Starting to get really serious now, partner. The lead is down to 8 thanks to 6 straight to start the second half.
Yeah, Northwestern got a chewing by Dieselhorst in the halftime locker room. They're coming out fired up.
Wing left with it is Carissa Price. Now to Stapleton. Swings it right side in front of us for Kaylee Hurst. Hurst to Stapleton. OBU works the perimeter. Now it's centered left low post. Bounces it out high for Jalen. One dribble left side. Price with 4 to shoot. Looks up. Drives inside the arc. Airball the jump shot. And Lizzie Shepard has it. Then was falling out of bounds. Saved it inbounds. And Hurst has it for OBU. So the shot clock resets with 7:40 to play here in the third. OBU's lead is 42-28, or 42-34. Beebe, high post, slides left, kicks into the corner. Hurst three is off the front of the rim. Rebound tipped by Josita Frame to Bailey Brown. Brown left to right through the top of the key, spins on the block, shoots high off the glass and in. Bo Overton's going to have to get a timeout, and it's exactly what he wants, a 30-second timeout, as the lead 14 at halftime has been reduced to 6, 42-36.
Yeah, on that play, there was a long rebound for Northwestern coming out, or for Oklahoma Baptist when they missed the shot. Northwestern came way outside the three-point arc. Stapleton could have came up for it, but she would have gambled because she was the safety. Brown came away with it, was strong for that score.
They'll stretch the timeout to a full. We'll be back in a moment. It's 42-36, Oklahoma Baptist. The second half brought to you by Noble McIntyre. McIntyre Law and the
Attorney Jordan Klinger at McIntyre Law. Recently, the FDA requested manufacturers withdraw ranitidine drugs commonly known as Zantac. Zantac has been found to potentially cause cancer in the bladder, colon, throat, nasal cavity, kidneys, liver, lungs, pancreas, prostate, stomach, and testicular cancer. If you have taken Zantac, you may be entitled to compensation.
Call us at 405-917-5200 or visit us online at mcintyrelaw.com. Download our...
Who do we look to shape our world? It'll be people who know how to think with their heads and their hearts. People who understand that faith is not the enemy of education, but its partner. More than book smart, more than business smart. They are wise in their whole being.
We are future shapers.
Learn to live well and lead well in God's world. Be a future shaper at OBU.
Todd Miller, Scott Wattis, John Zonlow with you. It's an 8-0 run over the first minute 34 of the second half, and Northwestern has reduced the advantage from 14 down to a 2-possession game. They keep the pressure on. Stapleton lobs it right front court. Hurst bounces it down low. It was offline, but picked up on the left block by Chambers to Jalen. Straight on for three, and she got it. Oh, that's a huge three for OBU, as it took nearly 3 minutes to get any points from the floor.
Boy, that is a very huge three and a big timeout that worked for Bo Overton.
45-36, and the ball's knocked out of bounds underneath the goal at the other end.
Somehow Madison Chambers got tripped up. That ball was right in her breadbasket, and she just fell down. Ball went out of bounds.
Lizzie Shepard will inbound. They've reset the shot clock. There's 30 on it. 6:56 to play in the third. Brown wing right, drives right, scoops it up, missed it, ended up on the floor, and Bailey Brown, taking this game over, is going to the line again.
Well, that was a late whistle, and another one of those where you say Bailey Brown taking over the game. Yeah, she's just trying to charge right to the glass, just trying to draw the foul, and is getting all the calls.
I'll be truthful. She's put up good numbers, averaging a double-double against OBU in 3 games as she cleanly hits the first free throw. But this second half is the first time, I think, all year that I've seen her. She's looked like herself from the 3 previous years. She is a very good player. Nothing but net on both. Bailey Brown now has 13 points, 9 here in the second half. It's 45-38, and as Southern gets a pass, a foul called against Jarrah Whitfield, who hit her in the head. That's going to be the second on the Boise City freshman.
Yeah, good job by Southern to put that ball on the floor with the left hand to go in between the defense and then just getting hit in the forehead, as you say.
Hurst inbounds to Stapleton, out front to Southern. Southern banging her way in, and a foul called against Scout Frame. That's her second. And already 2 team fouls up there on the board against Northwestern Oklahoma State.
A lot of defense being played by Northwestern with their hands.
Looks like they may call this a lot tighter here in the second half. Already 5 whistles, and we played 3.5 minutes of the second half. And Lizzie Shepard almost steals a bounce pass right in front of Bo Overton, intended for Stapleton.
Yeah, that 2-3 expanded zone that Northwestern, they're pressuring all the way to the sideline.
Southern gets a pass, left circle, takes a dribble, hands it off. Chambers out there to Stapleton, down low to Beebe, puts it on the floor, ripped out of her hands by Jarrah Whitfield with only 9 to the shot clock for the Bison.
Good defensive play by Whitfield because Beebe was just about to spin pivot back toward the angle in the glass.
6:29 to play in the third. It is 45-38. Hurst lobs it right side for Chambers. Her pass pulled down by Beebe underneath the Hurst. She's pushed and fouled on the way up. And that's against Jarrah Whitfield. That's her third. And nothing wrong with that Whitfield foul because she made sure that Kaylee was not going to be able to lay it in.
Yeah, and Jenny Beebe, I thought Northwestern should have intercepted that pass somehow. She was surprised she caught it just inside the free throw line. So it was 2-on-1 with Hurst under the goal, and the defender caught in between. Nice quick pass by Jenny Beebe to get Hurst to the free throw line.
Ford is out, or in. Southern is out. And Northwestern will counter with Maya Johnson coming to the lineup for the first time since early in the ball game when she picked up 3 fouls. Hurst, who had been 2 of 2 for the line, rattles that one in and out.
Wasn't OBU perfect from the line up in Northwestern?
Yeah, in fact, both teams were. Second one is good. They're now 10 of 17. I've never been part of a game that neither team missed a free throw.
Wow.
OBU was 14 of 14. The Lady Rangers were 10 of 10 in that ball game. Frame to Brown to Johnson. Johnson gathers, loses it, gets it back, goes up, scores. Maya Johnson with a basket, and the lead now is 46-40. And a near turnover at midcourt. Ford on her knees, able to get it, and has it ripped out of her hands by Bailey Brown. To Frame, Scout goes right at Stapleton and banks it a little later.
Yeah, this three-quarter court pressure is very effective for Diesel Horse.
46-42, Stapleton lobs it to the front court left side for Kaylee Hurst. Hurst bounces it back to Jalen. 5:40 to play here in the third period. It's a 2-possession game at 46-42. Chambers slides foul line left to the wing. Down to Hurst, dribbles top of the key. To Stapleton in front of us, back to Hurst. Kaylee to Chambers, drives baseline, bounces it across the floor. Jalen to Hurst, 2 to shoot. Hurst steps inside, almost banked in a 3. It caroms off, picked up by Chambers, who lays it in. Now, what they're saying is the shot clock expired. It did not, because the initial shot hit the rim. Now, what happened is they didn't immediately reset the shot clock. So the horn went ahead and sounded, and much to the credit of Chambers, she was able to play on and get the easy basket.
Well, I don't think it still shows 46-42 on the board.
There's no way that basket should not have counted. The initial shot hit the rim.
I guess Taji Coleman just blew the whistle and stopped play.
Well, Bo Overton's just sitting over there. He's not saying anything. It is OBU basketball. So apparently an inadvertent horn maybe took away a basket, but they reward possession to OBU. Left side, Hurst to Stapleton, a deep 3. Back rims it. Down for the rebound is Ford, and a foul on the floor against Northwestern. Are they looking again at Maya Johnson? If so, Johnson has picked up her 4th. It's on Bailey Brown instead. That's her 2nd. Maya Johnson can dominate games, but she just cannot stay out of foul trouble. And I thought for a moment they just called her for her 4th.
And as soon as Maya Johnson came in, she just dominated everybody underneath the goal, being strong, going under the goal for the reverse layup.
Beebe, a 61% foul shooter, rattles the free throw in and out. OBU is just crumbling right now. A game that they led by 14 at halftime, their biggest lead of the season. The lead is 4, pinning a second free throw. With 5:04 to play in the third, and Beebe gets her 3rd point, cleanly knocking down the free throw. 47-42, good gals here at home. Trying to win back-to-back home games this season. Right wing, Josetta Frame to Scout Frame, swings it left. Whitfield cross courts it, Now Frame drills baseline, bounces it across the floor, and as they reverse it down low, a foul called against Carissa Price, and that's her first.
Carissa Price was fronting or denying the pass to Scout Frame. Didn't look like she made contact, but I guess Frame put her body in between and got the benefit of the call.
Time out of the floor, 4:42 to play in the third. This one getting dangerously uncomfortable in Shawnee. OBU 47, Northwestern 42. This is Bison Basketball presented by Noble McIntyre on the OBU.
Spending life wisely means taking small steps towards a life of love and impact. And we're here to inspire and empower you along the way. Spend life wisely. First United Bank.
Noble McIntyre of McIntyre Law. We have over 100 years of experience fighting for Oklahomans injured in automobile or semi-trucking accidents. Distracted driving is an epidemic. According to government studies, there are 1.6 million accidents caused each year by distracted drivers using cell phones. 1 in 4 of all crashes now involve texting and driving. If you have been injured and want to learn more about your rights, call us right now. The consultation is free.
We love what we do, and we're good at it. We are trial lawyers. Call McIntyre Law today.
Lady Rangers on a huge run. They've cut it down to 5, trailed by 14 at halftime, and Northwestern doing it behind 5 of 6 field goal shooting here in the third period. They're up to 41%. OBU just 2 of 6 here in the third period from the floor and only 2 of 4 from the foul line. Bison now 11 of 19 to the stripe.
Big inbound play. They're going to try to get it to Johnson inside.
Lizzie Shepard looking down low, goes to Jocinna Frame, left circle. She curls around the top of the key. Cross courts it for Shepard, drives around Hurst, pulls up from 15 and got it. Lizzie Shepard with 5, and the lead is down to 47-44. It's a one-possession game with 4:25 to play here in period number 3. OBU better get a basket here. Between the rings with it, Khalifa Ford. Left side for Hurst. Lobs it for Beebe. Goes around Johnson and lays it in. Go right at Maya Johnson every time.
And Jenny Beebe did a good job of sealing Maya Johnson to her outside. Nice lob over the top pass by Kaylee Hurst.
49-44, Oklahoma Baptist. 4 minutes to play in the third. Scout Frame tried to get it to Maya Johnson, and it looked like Beebe cleanly poked that free, and they call her for a reach, and that's her second.
I don't know if she pushed Johnson in the back when she went by, but when she hit the ball, there is no contact whatsoever.
Both teams are into the double bonus with still a long ways to go here in the third period. 10 fouls up there on the board against the two sides. 6 minutes into the second half. 30 fouls total called to this basketball game. Maya Johnson, the junior from St. Louis, Missouri, comes up short of the first free throw. Johnson is 1 for 3 from the line today. Only has 5 points, averages 12 to go along with just over 11 rebounds in the 3 prior meetings against Oklahoma Baptist. Had 20 rebounds when the two teams played here last month. Second free throw rattles home, and the deficit is 4. 49-45, just under 4 minutes to play here in the third period. We are a long ways from deciding the outcome of this one. Stapleton across midcourt, veers right. Now Ford goes to the low post. Out pops Price, she'll trigger a 3, back rims it. Shepard had her hand on the rebound, lost it, and then a foul against Kaylee Hurst as Jocinna Frame came up with a rebound.
And Northwestern reverted to a man-to-man defense there. That's the way Carissa Price came out and flashed out, had that open three-point look.
So Jocinna Frame will go to the line where she's 78%, 14 of 18. Frame averages 5 a game. She has that, and now 6 as she hits the first free throw. Right now, this looks like a train wreck. You can see it happen in one dog, but there's nothing you can do to stop it.
Boy, that 14 of 14 from the line might come in handy if they can do that down the stretch here for the Bison.
Second free throw is good. It's a 2-point game, 49-47. 3.5 to play in the third for the Noble Complex. Out high is Jalen Stapleton to CP. Foul line right, Ford turns and scores from 14. That's a big basket. Khalifa Ford now with 9, her third field goal.
That's that money shot by Khalifa Ford. She hit that numerous times inside the free throw line in the paint against East Central.
51-47, left quarter with the basketball. Scout frame, they cover up. Now it's Shepard, top of the circle. Brown underneath to Johnson at a foul. And that is on Jenny Beebe. Actually, they've called a push against Maya Johnson, and that's her fourth.
Wow.
So a huge turnover right there and a huge call to go against Maya Johnson. OBU gets it, leading by 4 with under 3 minutes to play here in the third. Beebe with it, elbow right, cross courts it. Kaylee Hurst with the basketball. To Jenny, top of the circle, 15 to shoot. Back to Hurst, curls around the top of the circle, pivots to Beebe, foul line left. Goes right at Johnson, throws it up off the window, missed it. Rebound tipped, and a foul. And I think that will go on Jenny Beebe. And that's going to be Beebe's third personal foul.
Well, any rebound, if you're behind and you reach in, it's a foul today.
Tasha Dieselhorst has brought her other 4 players on the floor over for a visit. As Bailey Brown, who's made a living to the foul line of the second half, will go there for the 8th and 9th time. Try to cut a 4-point deficit at half for the Lady Rangers, and she hits the first.
The problem with that, Bailey Brown can shoot lights out from the line.
Looks like you, one dog, back in the days at Choctaw High School.
There were some times I'd be real hot from the line, and then you get in that cold streak.
It's called pressure. 51-49, Brown's second free throw rolls home. So it's a 2-point ball game. 2:37 to play here in the third. You just can't give up the lead. Got to find a way to battle through this third period. Stapleton with an above her head wing right. Now to Price, left side to Hurst. Back to CP. Thought about a 3. They dare her to shoot. Puts it on the floor and goes to Jalen, extended foul line right from the free throw line. 9 to shoot. Stapleton doing a lot of dribbling. Beebe pops out high, goes over the top. Ford, pump fakes, goes up and in with 2 to shoot. How about the high-low action there? Beebe and Ford, both underclassmen.
Nice lob pass by Beebe, and then Ford had to really be athletic and grab that with her right hand, pull it in, gather herself off the board.
53-49, Oklahoma Baptist, 2:02 to play in the third. Brown gets a bounce pass, goes to working around Beebe, wheels, misses the left-handed block. Rebound to Jenny Beebe. That's smart defense by Beebe not to pick up her fourth. Stapleton angles from left to right near the top of the circle. Dribble stationary. Ford pops out top of the circle, guarded by Bailey Brown. Takes a dribble. Northwestern still in the 2-3 zone. Hurst with it to Price. CP swings it right to Stapleton. 10 to shoot for the Bison. Stapleton bounces it to Beebe at the high post. She'll attack against Whitfield. Goes up and in with the left hand. Look at Jenny Beebe, who now has 7, and the lead is 6 for OBU. And a brief stoppage of play called by the officials.
That was a great move by Beebe. She dribbles up from the left elbow, sees Kayla Hurst open at the three-point line. She fakes the pass and then goes to the rim.
6-point lead, 55-49. Brown drives baseline, right to left, left wing, open for 3. Whitfield got it. Jer's made 2 threes, both here in the second half, and both wide open jump shots. A minute to go, third period. Northwestern's within 3, 55-52.
Had 2 Bison claps on Bailey Brown. That made the wide open 3 from the left wing.
Hurst thought about a 3, is run off the arc by Scout Frame, bounces it to Stapleton out high. 12 to shoot, 51 seconds to play, third period. It's a 3-point game. It was 14 at halftime. Stapleton to the goal, whips it across the floor. Beebe from 6 came up short. Jenny had her hands on the rebound, lost it. Shepard has it. Shepard 1-on-3, goes right around Hurst to the goal and banks it a runner.
Well, that's a nice move by Shepard. 1-on-1, as you said, just took it to the rim.
Ford at the other end, a half-court pass lays it in.
Boy, nice reception, nice pass again, quickly with her hands off the glass.
57-54, shot clock is off for Northwestern. 19 seconds to play here in the third. Tasha Dieselhorst instructing her troops. Lizzie Shepard with stationary dribble between the rings out front. Looks left, veers right. In the corner with it is Whitfield. That 3 blocked by Ford. It's out of bounds with 5.5 seconds to play in the third. Northwestern finding themselves in an identical situation they found themselves in against Southern Nazarene on Thursday night. A 3-point game going to the fourth.
Good block of Whitfield's 3 by Ford. That'll kind of intimidate her. She hit a couple open ones.
Out high, Josetta Frame's 3 blocked by Price. Picked up, though, with a rebound by Brown, who throws it in.
And then Carissa Price did a great job of blocking that shot, but it gets halfway up the lane, and OBU's not looking. They're looking for the ball to hit the rim. Brown gets it.
57-56 after 3. Back in a moment on the Bison Radio Network.
Whataburger's honey barbecue chicken strip sandwich. It's just so, it's almost too hard to put into words. Good thing there's the honey barbecue chicken strip sandwich at Whataburger.
We can't walk in your shoes or work right beside you, but we can be here for you in money, in life. We get it. We're on this path together. You and TFCU, Tinker Federal Credit Union.
A 69% field goal shooting quarter in the third for Northwestern. They outscore Oklahoma Baptist by 13. The 14-point lead is down to 1. It will be OBU basketball to start the fourth period.
Now, Andrea Petrarita is entering the lineup along with Melissa Southard to start this last quarter.
Are you a little surprised Petrarita stayed over there as long as she did? I mean, I guess he was not wanting her to pick up that fourth foul.
Yeah, that must be it, because she's had 5 rebounds at halftime, and then she's the top scorer with 8 points.
Price from Southern works out front. 15 to shoot for OBU. They lob it down low. Andrea with the basketball, then is tied up by Bailey Brown, and that's a turnover. Northwestern has the arrow. This has been the Bailey Brown takeover second half, as Brown forces yet another OBU turnover. That is their 11th of the ball game.
That was a good double team by Northwestern on Petrarita. A little bit of a slow lob pass, and then Petrarita grabs it and brings it down to her waist.
OBU's trailed just once, 8-7, or actually early the last deficit was 8-7 with 4:05 to play in the first. Northwestern can retake the lead. Shepard a skip pass against the zone. Top of the key, frame for 3, no good. Petrarita with a rebound, and she ripped it away from everybody in black and red, green and gold, and said, "This is my basketball."
That was a good job by Petrarita. Like you said, ripped it away, then spin pivoted away from the defense to protect the ball.
9 minutes to play in the ball game. OBU by 1. Southern lobs it down low. The ball deflected, second straight Bison turnover, and then Southern commits the foul, bumping into Whitfield.
That's a wide open layup and a very underthrown soft pass by Southern for the interception by Northwestern.
So back-to-back turnovers for the Bison to start the fourth period. Northwestern a chance to grab their first lead since the 4:07 mark in the first period. 57-56 Oklahoma Baptist. Under 9 minutes to play in regulation. Shepard with it, left to right around the circle. Lobs it for Whitfield. She's got 2 big three-point baskets in the second half. Scout frame, cross-courts it to her sister Josina. She'll cross-court it right side for Whitfield. A Scout on the right block. Cut out by Petrarita, and then Frame throws it out of bounds.
Good defense by Petrarita, getting all over her body, really close to Scout Frame, putting some pressure on him, make a quick pass, and then Kaylee Hurst was close on the wing out there.
14th turnover for the Lady Rangers today. 90 seconds into the fourth period. Neither team has scored. It's 57-56. Price left of the Mo Southern screen. Resets left wing to Stapleton in front of Bo Overton to the OBU bench. Back to CP. Right side to Hurst. Pivots, slides through the top of the key. Bounces it for Price and a whistle down low. And I think it's on Bailey Brown. If so, that's going to be her third, or they look at Scout Frame. It's on Scout Frame. That's her third.
Wow. Is that her fourth? Up on the board, looks like 4.
Each team with a team foul early in the fourth period. Bison by 1 with a basketball. Price thought about a 3. Run off the circle by Whitfield. Cross courts at left quarter. Hurst will trigger a big 3. Airballed it. Rebound poked by Whitfield into the hands of Bailey Brown. 7:54 to play, 57-56 Oklahoma Baptist. Lizzie Shepard into the front court. Right side to Josina Frame. Lobs it to Bailey Brown. Steps away from a double team. Missed the pump down low. Underneath, Whitfield had her hands on the rebound, and Petrarita has just committed her 4th.
Oh. That rebound could have been caught by Petrarita or Melissa Southard. It was 2-on-1 on the Rangers on the shot by the missing Bailey Brown.
Here comes Maya Johnson, who has foul problems in her own right with 4 back into the ball game. Northwestern will inbound a refresh shot clock of 20 seconds, 45 to play. Bison 57, the Lady Rangers 56. OBU trying to salvage a 2-2 series split of this season series. At the top of the key with it is Scout Frame. Now to Bailey Brown. Cross courts it. Jump shot from 3 is an air ball by Jacinta Frame. Ford seals, tips the rebound out to Stapleton. Jalen angles into the front court right to left to Price. They've done a good job keeping her from attempting threes. Khalifa Ford angles through the top of the key. Now to Price on cue. Back rims that one. It carries high into the air. Bailey Brown had it, put it on the floor. Ford gets it, goes up, and in! Khalifa Ford putting the garbage back in the compactor.
You talk about the garbage, big Ford truck down inside, strong off the glass.
Ford then tips the pass away from Scout Frame and goes into the Northwestern bench. 59-56 with 7:30, or make that 7:11 to play in the ball game. And Petrarita comes out. Jenny Beebe, who was really in rhythm in that third period, comes back in.
Yeah, Bo Overton just has to protect Petrarita here for the stretch run.
Inbounds pass to Shepard, right front court. 19 to shoot for Northwestern. Scout to Josetta Frame. To Brown on the baseline to Johnson. They trap her and a foul.
Yeah, Chris Price reached in a little too hard there and hit Johnson on the arm.
That's the second on CP. Already 3 up on the board against OBU. With 7 minutes to play. Foul shooting very easily might determine the outcome of this ball game. Shepard to Trickard inbounds for the red, black, and white. Lizzie gets the return pass for 3 of the tie and got it left corner.
Jenny Beebe a little bit late getting out on Lizzie Shepard for the three-pointer.
59 apiece with 6:45 to play. Lizzie Shepard with 10-7 here in the second half. Stapleton from right or left to right into the front court. Bounces it for Price. Foul line extended to the wing. Carissa backs it out right slot with 11 to shoot. Now to Jalen Stapleton. Looks up. She's going to go one-on-one. 7 to shoot. Stapleton slides left. Kicks it off of the wing for Kaylee Hurst. To Ford. 2 to shoot. 1 to shoot. Ford down the right of the paint. Throws it up. It rattles. Hit it out. No good. Rebound is tipped and Maya Johnson had it. That would have been an incredible shot by Khalifa with the shot clock in distress.
Yeah, that ball just pinballed out. Khalifa Ford giving the energy to OBU, exactly what the Bison need.
6:05 to play, and then Beebe tips a lob pass from Maya Johnson away out of bounds at the right low post. 14 to shoot now for Northwestern. The game is tied at 59 with 6:06 to play, a game that OBU comfortably led by 14 at halftime. Their biggest margin of the season. Maya Ford gets the inbounds pass to Brown, who cuts back door, and she lays it in. Northwestern leads by 2.
Backside block, Kaylee Hurst has got to go with Bailey Brown because the other defense doesn't see her cutting across the lane.
3:45 to play. OBU trails for the first time since the 4:07 mark of the first period. Ford back at the other end, gets it back. Attacking left and laying it in. Khalifa Ford now has 17.
And Khalifa Ford being right-handed, puts the ball down left-handed, around the defense, takes it to Maya Johnson with the left hand.
61 apiece, 5.5 to go in regulation. Through the top of the key, Josetta Frame. Jump passes to Lizzie Shepard. Back to Josetta, top of the key. Whips it left to Bailey Brown. Foul line left, Scout Frame to Josetta Frame for 3 of the lead. Got it. Josetta Frame hit a 3 just beyond the arc right circle. 64-61 with 5:11 to play in regulation. Northwestern now 1 of 4, make that 2 of 5 here in the fourth period, but shooting well over 55% of the second half. Beebe whips it out front left side for Stapleton. Leaves it for Price right side. 13 to shoot, 5 to play. Left side, Stapleton drives. OBU down 3. Stapleton gets to the basket. Tough angle and lays it in.
I like what Stapleton did. She kind of held the ball there, but it's a man-to-man defense. Northwestern switching from that 2-3 to man-to-man back and forth. When her man came up close to her, she put it on the floor to the rim.
Jalen with 13. It's a 1-point game. They lob it for Maya Johnson. It was off of her hands and a foul. And I think they're calling it on Khalifa Ford.
Yeah, there was some contact on that pass. I guess you could call pass interference in football.
Second foul against Khalifa Ford, 4:36 to play. And we'll break for these messages. The second half brought to you by OBU alumnus Noble McIntyre and his team of dedicated and effective personal injury attorneys at McIntyre Law. This is Bison Basketball with the OBU
Jordan Klinger at McIntyre Law. We have over 100 years of experience fighting for Oklahomans injured in automobile and semi accidents. Distracted driving is an epidemic. According to government studies, 1 in 4 crashes now involve texting and driving. That's 1.6 million accidents caused each year by distracted drivers. If you have been injured and you want to know your rights, call us now. The consultation is free. We love what we do and we're good at it. We are trial lawyers. Call McIntyre Law today.
Who do we look to shape our world? It'll be people who know how to think with their heads and their hearts. People who understand that faith is not the enemy of education, but its partner. More than book smart, more than business smart. They are wise in their whole being.
We are future shapers.
Learn to live well and lead well in God's world. Be a future shaper at OBU.
64-63, Northwestern 4:36 to play in the ball game. Second half of the doubleheader coming up. It'll be the Ranger men's first appearance inside this building this year. Their earlier visit was canceled, one of 7 road games that Northwestern has not been able to play this year in what is a most frustrating season for their men's program. If things break right, OBU's men could clinch no worse than a tie for first place in the Great American Conference Western Division with a win today and a couple of other things going our way. Three-pointer on the way, good by Bailey Brown for the top of the circle, and it's a 4-point game, 67-63, and this is the Northwestern team that beat Southeastern.
And that really hurts you when Bailey Brown steps out there 2 feet beyond the arc because she likes to work the baseline in the middle of the lane, and that's where she does her scoring there in the free throw line. Hits threes, that's a double whammy.
Carissa Price to Jalen Stapleton, the Northwestern with their biggest lead of the afternoon. Stapleton drives, dishes down, let a forward layup good. Get it to Khalifa every time.
And what a ball fake by Jalen Stapleton. She fakes the pass over to the left side. The defense moves. Khalifa Ford's wide open outside the left block.
19 now for Ford, including 4 straight. It's a 2-point game, 67-65. 3:48 to play. Johnson gets free down low, goes up and scores.
Yeah, I thought Johnson got away with a little push-off on Ford there, but nice clear out, easy bucket.
Well, Northwestern played exceptionally well right now. They're getting anything and everything they want. Back to 4, the lead. Stapleton with it out front. Right side, Kaylee Hurst moves left to Jalen. Fakes a pass left, now does go to Price on the wing. 12 to shoot for OBU. Hurst looking for 4 down low. Jump passes cross court to Price. Now to Beebe. She drives, goes up, missed the layup. 4 though, tips it. It hung on the front of the rim and rolled off. Rebound to Maya Johnson. Northwestern 69. Oklahoma Baptist 65 with 3:06 to play.
Well, Khalifa Ford does such a great job keeping possessions alive there.
Into the front court, Lizzie Shepard veers to the left side. Northwestern can shorten this game and work the shot clock. Bailey Brown, a huge second half with it. Left quarter, angles through the paint, trying to kick it out. Stolen away by Khalifa Ford. Ford, one-on-one with Shepard, goes to the goal, lays it up, missed the layup. Rebound tipped by Carissa Price, but right to Shepard. Maya Johnson sandbagging, was wide open, but the pass half court deflected. Northwestern saves the possession. Johnson never even attempted to get down the floor.
Yep, good job by Khalifa Ford. Picked off another pass, just intercepted Bailey Brown. Tried to go the distance, just didn't convert.
2:27 to play, Northwestern by 4. Scout frame with it, left circle. Bailey Brown out high. Southern Nazarene on Monday night. Right quarter frame for 3. Josina bricked it, but follows her shot, gets her own miss. Now they can pull it back out, take it under 2 minutes to play, and a timeout on the floor. 2:14 to play. It's 69-65. Northwestern, a game that at halftime looked halfway, not completely, but halfway in the bag. A 14-point lead, and the Lady Rangers were just kind of sputtering around, but this team has really showed its potential here in the second half.
Yeah, Northwestern came out of the locker room, started out 5-0 when they're down 14 points. I think that gave them some confidence to inch up. They're up by 4 now. There's good defense by Khalifa Ford all over the three-point shooter, caused a bad miss, had a nice seal on the block out, but the guard Stapleton didn't come down for that rebound.
Boy, this will be a disheartening loss for OBU if they can't come back. Looked like they might get their 3rd in conference and 4th overall. Bo addressed it at the pregame show saying, hey, 3 of the last 4 here at home, we have a chance to make some noise in the conference, but it needed to start today, and they have seen Northwestern just completely forget about a 14-point halftime deficit.
And Oklahoma Baptist a little bit tentative on shooting. You know, they miss a couple threes and they don't do it again. And you mentioned earlier, Malou Savannah, she wouldn't take those shots. She's 0 for 5 from downtown. And then everybody's kind of a little bit tentative right now.
69-65, Lady Rangers, 12 to shoot. Frame left to right around the circle. Out high, Bailey Brown fakes a pass, now does go cross court. Shepard's three is an air ball. Hurst with a rebound. 2 minutes to play. OBU down 2. Stapleton into the front court right side to Carissa Price on the wing. Back to Jalen to Ford, top of the key. Khalifa gives it back to Jalen, who whips it left. Kaylee Hurst right in front of the Bison bench to Stapleton with 12 to shoot. Price with it to Petrarita. Down the paint she goes and draws the foul.
And that's Johnson, her 5th. And I thought Johnson was standing straight up and down.
Maya Johnson is fouled out of the basketball game. And she's been a big part in this comeback here in the second half. Just her presence, and she's gone with 6 points.
And great awareness by Andrea Petrarita on the court, knowing that Johnson saddled with 4 fouls. She put the ball on the floor, just ran straight at her into Johnson, getting the benefit of the 2 shots.
Here's what's big. OBU can get the deficit down to 2 without the clock winding. Now, I'm not certain what was happening. Petrarita was about to shoot, pointed to the official, and I know what it is now. She's tying her right shoelace. And so she'll get to recollect her thoughts and go through the pre-shot process once more.
Well, when you run into Johnson, as strong as she is, you could get a loose tooth as well.
I'm going to tell you, if OBU doesn't win this ball game, you can just solely look. I mean, there's many areas, but the free throw line is just stunk today. Petrarita misses short of the first. She's been almost automatic at the line this year. Hits that one. 3-point game, 69-66, a minute 38 to play. Josetta Frame throws it away, looking for Whitfield to the front court. And that's a freshman mistake right there.
I love the pressure Bo Overton comes, but you got to give Khalifa Ford credit there. Khalifa Ford leaps really high, making Frame arc it higher than she wanted to, and throws it over the head out of bounds.
90 seconds to play. Into the front court, Jalen Stapleton. The Bison can tie with a 3 of this possession, but you don't have to have a 3. Price thought about it, now gives it back to Stapleton, top of the circle. Northwestern of the trapping zone. Jalen jump passes down low. Petrarita rips it away, missed the bump, but she's fouled. And Petrarita is going to go to the line for 2 more. And again, the clock stops with 1:15 to play.
Is that 5 on Scout Frame?
That's her 4th. I had her for 4. That is her 5th. Well, that's a huge loss. Frame fouls out with 13 points. It is her 6th consecutive game of 10 or more. But it ends a string of back-to-back games of 20 or more. 25 against Southeastern and 24 against Southern Nazarene. And now they are going over to the official scorekeeper and saying something. Again, I had her for 4. They had her already with 4 up on the board. So Petrarita, a deep breath, collects her thoughts. If she could hit both, she'll cut this down to a 1-point game, and she hits the first. Andrea now has 9 points. She had 9 and 12 rebounds last Saturday in the loss at Southwestern. Second one is up, and it's a 1-point game. 69-68, 75 seconds to play. Some pressure now being applied by Bo Overton to the backcourt. Lizzie Shepard jump passes across the floor. Gets it into the hands of Kess Reeves. They break the pressure. Whitfield with it left wing. To Reeves out front, timeout Tasha Dieselhorst with 1:01 to play, and the lead is 69-68 for Northwestern.
So I think Tasha Dieselhorst, she's going to try to get into Bailey Brown inside. If it's not there, they kick it out to one of the 3-point shooters.
Bison basketball brought to you by Tinker Federal Credit Union. This year, Tinker Federal Credit Union is celebrating 75 years of TFCU and you, helping members achieve their goals and realize their dreams since 1946. OBU basketball also brought to you by the First National Bank and Trust Company, SSM Health, St. Anthony Hospital, Shawnee, P&K Equipment, and shopobubison.com. What do you think, Juan Doc?
I think this is ultra crunch time. 1:01 left on the board, down 1 point. Good timeout by Dieselhorst. Like I said, I'm almost positive she wants to go to Bailey Brown somewhere inside. Maybe she can get to the line, but if not, their three-point shooters are confident.
Khalifa Ford with 21, Stapleton with 13, Petra Ryder with 10 and 6 rebounds, 24 from Bailey Brown. And Brown today has had 20 of those in the second half, and then Stapleton commits a foul. Was gambling for the steal and bumped Cass Reeves. So Cass Reeves out of Kingston will go to the line for 2 free throws, and on Jalen, that's her first foul.
Yeah, Stapleton saw that ball, and she kind of hesitated. When you hesitate in between, got on the back of Reeves. Reeves did a good job running in the scores table, making it look bad.
Northwestern shot less than 33% for the floor in the first half. They are at 45% now for the ball game as Reeves calmly hits the first free throw. That's her first point, and the first point of this 2-game Central Oklahoma road trip. Thursday night at SNU that was played at OC, and now here today at Oklahoma Baptist. Reeves' second free throw is good. It's a 3-point game. 71-68, under a minute to play. Jalen Stapleton with it, veers left into the front court. Lobs it on the wing for Hurst. Hurst veers right. Stapleton lobs it for Ford. Ford goes up around 2 defenders and lays it in. It's a 1-point game, and Khalifa has 23.
And Northwestern switched to man-to-man, and Ford got loose underneath.
Khalifa 1 point shy of a career high. She had 24 against Southeastern. Right corner, Bailey Brown. Lizzie Shepard in front of her head coach. Bounces it down low for Brown. Diving, knocking it away is Price, and a foul called against CP.
Boy, that was a late whistle. Price hit that ball down, and then Taji Coleman, after they're on the floor, she blows the whistle.
I just wish they would let this game be decided on the floor, not at the foul line.
Yeah.
So Brown's going to go to the line. She is 9 of 9. It's a 1-point game, now a 2-point game as she hits the first. You put Bailey at the line, you might as well just give him 2 points and let's play on. 28 seconds to play, 72-70 Northwestern. Second free throw is no good. I'm glad they didn't do it that way. Stapleton has it. Jalen accelerates down the right of the paint, throws it up, missed it. Ford gets the deflected rebound, throws it in. From straight on, she has a new career high, and the game is tied. In the backcourt, Scout Frame with it, 15 seconds to play. Frame dribbles away, now gets into the front court. 10 seconds to play, timeout Northwestern. We're tied at 72 with 11 seconds to play. Now let's revisit the last Bison possession. Jalen didn't have to pull the trigger as quickly as she did. And I say that even though the game got tied, Khalifa Ford bailed her out, and now Northwestern has a chance to take the last shot.
Exactly right. Khalifa Ford's been bailing out all the missed shooters tonight. But I think what Stapleton was thinking, Northwestern in that man-to-man, Stapleton, the fastest player on the floor, she saw a seam that she went up, and once she left her feet, it was good defense by Northwestern. She got spun around. The only thing she could do is throw it up over her head, and that's what happened. But, of course, like you said, Ford bailed her out by muscling that rebound down.
Khalifa Ford is just a really terrific girl. We like her a lot. I'll tell you, I've learned a lot about her this year. Not that I didn't believe this before, but we've seen it firsthand. She's a very coachable kid. Bo challenges her every way he knows, and every time he does, she responds. He got upset with her at Southwestern. She's bounced back with 25 points a week later.
I tell you what, if Khalifa Ford's not on this floor in this game, Northwestern's up by 20 points because OBU's not shooting very well here in the latter half. But Khalifa Ford with those offensive rebounds and that mammoth putback right there.
Tied at 72. Officially 11 seconds to play. Josina Frame inbounds to Lizzie Shepard to Brown, and they call the foul. Gee-biddy.
Jenny Beebe was just denying the pass and hit it out of the bounds.
That's the fourth on Jenny Beebe. Bo Overton is livid, and I don't blame him. These guys have wanted to be more a part of the game than the players. They've been whistle happy all afternoon long. Foul shot is good by Bailey Brown. I love what you're saying, Bo.
Yeah.
Can hear it all the way across the gym from up here. He said, why don't you let these girls finish this game?
Yeah, I just thought that Beebe, we're way up here up top, that she just denied the pass.
Brown's second free throw is good. 2-point game, timeout. OBU will advance into the front court. 74-72 with 9.2 seconds to play. And Bo is still chewing. I don't blame him. I mean, you've got to let them play. And I would have said that if it had been a bad call at the other end of the floor. Yeah, let the players decide the game, not the striped shirts and the whistles.
And a lot of these fouls are not even shooting fouls, just kind of denying the post, denying the pass. Now, we know for sure that Stapleton's was an obvious foul when she tried to steal that pass and got caught in between and hit the back of the Ranger. But right there, Beebe came way out in front and hit the ball, and there's no contact.
Second half brought to you by OBU alumnus Noble McIntyre of McIntyre Law. Game 2 coming up. Oklahoma Baptist with a stranglehold, a 2.5-game lead over Southern Nazarene for first in the Western Division. And an opportunity, if they can win the Western Division, they are certainly the prohibited favorite to do it. 3 of their last 4 here at home. Would host, or at least have an opportunity to host games through the semifinals of the Great American Conference Tournament. That's the second game of our twin bill. Price to inbound, 9.2 seconds to play. Gets it to Stapleton. Stapleton angles left, 5 seconds to play. And a foul, and that is called against Jocinna Frame. That's her third. I don't know. If I'm Frame, I might have taken my chance and let Bailey Brown on the help defense try to protect the goal, because Jalen is a very good free throw shooter.
I think Northwestern just had a foul to give.
That's exactly right, yeah. So that was a good foul. That's the 4th against the Lady Rangers. Stapleton gets the inbounds pass for 3 in the lead. Missed it. Rebound to the Lady Rangers, and they escape town. 74-72, Northwestern the winner. Our post-game show coming up in a moment. Second half brought to you by OBU alumnus Noble McIntyre and his team of dedicated and effective personal injury attorneys at McIntyre Law. This is Bison Basketball on the OBU Radio Network.
The OBU Athletic Department would like to thank the following sponsors for their support of Bison Basketball. Bank First, Billy Boy Barbecue, Boomerang Diners, Chick-fil-A Shawnee, the Citizen Potawatomi Nation, the Dennis Morris State Farm Insurance Agency, Eric's Pharmacy, First National Bank and Trust, First United Bank, Hampton Inn Shawnee, Hudeberg Auto Group, Emmanuel Baptist Church, Lowe's, McIntyre Law, Send Relief, the OBU Graduate College, P&K Equipment, Pinecliff Printers, Qdoba, Rob's Smokehouse, Shawnee Mills, Shawnee Pit Stop, Sherwin-Williams, South Central Industries, SSM Health, St. Anthony Hospital Shawnee, TAC Designs, Tinker Federal Credit Union, The Lunchbox, the UPS Store, Village Tours and Travel, Vision Bank, Walls, and Whataburger.
Northwestern rallies from 14 down at halftime and wins 74-72. Oklahoma Baptist had this one in their grasp and let it slip away. And I'm going to say it again, and both teams had foul problems, so it wasn't one-sided. But I just am sick and tired of officials trying to be bigger than the game and help to determine the outcome of contests. And Northwestern wins on 2 free throws that should have never came from Bailey Brown because they called a foul on Jenny Beebe. And I'm not being a homer. I'm just telling you the way it is. Just way too many free throws, way too many fouls in this ball game. And unfortunately, it's decided the line 74-72.
And I can see, what the officials will be thinking if it was an immediate whistle. But to back you up, what you're saying is these whistles were late. Like the Ranger was on the floor after the ball was tipped away, and then the whistle comes out, and you're in the bonus, and you're a tie game with only 11 seconds left, and determines that there's some kind of foul there. Usually, if you're going to hesitate, you might as well just swallow it.
Now, let me back this up by saying congratulations to Northwestern. They weren't given anything. They took advantage of their opportunities, and you know what? They could have got the van started and heated up and got ready to go back to Alba, a 3-hour drive down 14 at halftime, but they chose to go toe-to-toe with OBU, hit them in the face, and come out with a 2-point victory. So I don't want people to think that I'm saying the only reason they won. Northwestern won this basketball game. OBU lost it, but I don't like officials having a big hand in the outcome of ball games.
Yeah, and Oklahoma Baptist, you said it earlier in the broadcast that Northwestern's not out, maybe halfway out. and that was it. And OBU never put them away. As a matter of fact, led by 14, blew that halftime lead, getting outscored 30-17 in the third quarter, and then it was just mud, like running through thick mud the rest of the way home.
Bailey Brown, without a doubt, the best player on the floor today for Northwestern, and she showed it in the second half. 27 points, 7 rebounds. Bailey had 23 of those 27 points in the second half. And a number, Scott, that sticks out to me on the stat sheet, Bailey drew 10 fouls today. One of the reasons she got to the free throw line 13 times, and that's something she's been able to do her entire career. And again, congratulations to Bailey and Northwestern. They won this basketball game today, although it really hurts from an OBU standpoint. Northwestern in the second half manages to shoot over 55% for the ball game. They were 50% in the fourth period and finished 45% for the afternoon, 23 of 51. The Rangers were 8 of 23 from three-point range. 48% field goal shooting for Oklahoma Baptist. That's one of their better of the season. They were 6 of 17 with the Bison from three-point range. 14 of 23 for the foul line. That's a big reason why OBU lost this game. And 20 of 23 with the Lady Rangers from the stripe. Rebounds, Northwestern closes strong in the glass. They out-rebound OBU 32-29. 16 Lady Ranger turnovers, 12 for OBU. That's a really good statistic. Points off turnovers today, 16-13 Northwestern. Points in the paint, 38-28 in favor of Oklahoma Baptist. OBU finished with 19 assists on 26 made baskets, 15 assists on 23 made field goals today for the Lady Rangers. 8 steals and 1 block shot for Northwestern, 10 steals, 2 block shots today for OBU. Second chance points, 11-8 Lady Rangers. Fast break points, 18-8 in favor of Northwestern. Bench scoring 39-8 in favor of OBU. One of the reasons Khalifa Ford came off of the bench, she had a new career high of 25 points today to go along with 6 rebounds. That's a look at the team numbers. We will have a look at the individual totals coming up in a moment. Final score of the opener, Northwestern comes from behind, wins at 74-72. This is Bison Basketball on the OBU Radio Network.
Baptist University on the campus here in Shawnee. Northwestern comes back in the latter half to defeat Oklahoma Baptist 74-72. We have Oklahoma Baptist head coach Bo Overton with us. Coach, great opening half, a lot of defensive touches, steals, had the biggest lead of the season at 14 points. Northwestern comes out 5-0 run at the start of the second half, and it just seemed like you guys were walking through mud to the end there.
The credit, giving them the credit of making plays that they did in the second half. I mean, we gave up 48 points in the second half, and a lot of that was them in the half court, making plays, making threes, really getting the ball moved and just making shots on us. I thought we played extremely hard. I thought that we executed well on offense. one of those days where they got shots going in there in the second half, and we couldn't get it.
Northwestern, like you said, had those shots going in. Bailey Brown, big, 27 points. She was 12 of 13 from the free throw line. OBU as a team was 14 of 23. That was a big difference there. But Khalifa Ford really kept you in this game with some of those offensive rebounds, keeping possessions alive.
Yeah, I'm really proud of Khalifa. She's come, fighting that injury and getting in shape, and she's doing a great job for us. And, she's got to continue to improve with some stuff. We had – down the stretch, we had her a couple of great looks, and she just couldn't get her balance to finish, and stuff like that she'll see and learn from. And we just got to finish games a little better. We got to defend a little better, get closer to people there in the second half, and we'll be all right.
And you have Southern Nazarene coming in Monday night. Of course, Abby Nehus is a big presence in the paint, but otherwise on the other spots on the floor, you match up with them pretty well.
Well, we do, and they defend you a little differently than we saw today, because man-to-man, they're denying every pass and a lot of pressure. So kind of have to flip the switch a little bit for Monday, and we've done it before, and we'll be ready to go.
Well, appreciate it. We'll see you on Monday night.
Thank you.
Bo Overton visiting with us courtside here at the Noble Complex. Tough afternoon for Oklahoma Baptist. They fall 74-72. Individually, let's take a look at the numbers in this one for OBU. A new career high for Khalifa Ford. 25.6 rebounds, 1 assist, 4 steals, and a block shot for Ford, who played 26, almost 27 minutes of the ball game. Jalen Stapleton had 13.7 assists, 1 steal, and 4 rebounds. And the other double-figure scorer, Andrea Petrarite, had 10.6 rebounds, and she was 3 of 4 shooting. The rest of the scoring today for OBU, 6 points apiece from Carissa Price and Kaylee Hurst, 5 from Jenny Beebe, who played well in the third period, 4 points from Melissa Southern, and 3 points from Avery Zinn. Bailey Brown had 27 points, and most of those in the second half, 7 rebounds, 4 assists, 6 steals. Bailey Brown, the best player on the floor, and she certainly showed it today. 13 points, 4 rebounds from Scout Frame, 10 points apiece from Josetta Frame and Lizzie Shepard. And if you're a Northwestern fan, the good news, a lot of those are young players that came through in the stretch today for the Lady Rangers. 6 points apiece from Maya Johnson and Jarrah Whitfield, and 2 points from Kess Reeves, and that's the total this afternoon of 74. 74-72, Northwestern wins it. They now have won their 6th game of the year. They're 4-10 in the conference. Oklahoma Baptist drops back to 2-13 of the league and 3-14 overall. We'll be back to wrap up game number 1 after these messages. Bison Falls 74-72 in the opener on the OBU Radio Network.